I think that what caught me off guard the most was people's receptiveness to the message of Fatima. Going in, I wasn't sure what everyone's stance was on this, but once I started to talk to people, everybody was visiting Fatima. They might not have known the whole story, but it sounded like they genuinely wanted to learn about Our Lady. So I was open to talking to them, and I would say that was one of the main parts that I wasn't really expecting going into this.
And that actually brings up a really interesting memory, a point actually, because James, you introduced all of us to a young lady from Hawaii, and I actually got her contact number, and we actually met up a week after World Youth Day, and she came to Fatima, and so I showed her around, and she had actually started. She read the booklet. She was already aware of like what Our Lady's message was, and so we actually went through step by step, like everything. Valinhos, where Our Lady appeared in August, and the angels apparitions in the sanctuary. And so it was really incredible to be able to actually make a friend from World Youth Day who was really genuinely showing interest in the faith. And we spent that day and we got to really pray a lot and know Our Lady deeper. And to be able to share that with somebody who did go to World Youth Day was a pretty incredible experience as well.
I think that
Yeah,
she really put it all into perspective. She spent X amount of dollars on this trip, and this was a one-way trip. One-way trip. She wanted to. She spent all her money. She spent all that time, and she was again open to learning about everything there, which is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
It
was
was
gonna say
quite
that was one of the things
amazing.
I thought was really neat when you met the people, because Father Stan kept talking about how we were just there to plant seeds, right? And that is what we went. We knew that going in. We're going to go plant seeds. It's up to Our Lady to shower the grace. We're going to pray for her to shower the grace. We're going to do our penances. And we're going to do those rosaries on our knees, for example. All the penances, prayers that the rosaries we're doing. But it was really heartening to see when people really took it to heart. And for example, one of the great moments for me was when we were on the metro, right? And these just people sitting around. We're like, okay, well, get your little booklet out and go talk to people. So we're like going around and we're handing out the booklets to the people in the metro and talking to them a little bit. And then we're moving on to another little section. And, like 4 or 5 minutes later, because people on the metro, like they've got nothing to do, they're like actually opening the book and they're reading it. Like one of the young ladies is like calling me over. She's like, so I have a question, why this consecration of Russia? She starts asking these questions. Why in these prayers does it say Portugal, Spain, Europe, and Russia? And so I remember just like crouching down, kneeling down on the floor there because she was on the bench and there's no space. And we just started talking about it. And so it was really neat when you would get to these places and you could hand out that little Fatima and brief booklet in the 5 languages, and you would see them reading it, and then they would even come back and ask a question because you're just sitting there going, okay, Our Blessed Mother, pour down that grace. These are the seeds being planted. So that was a great moment for me that was very unexpected. I didn't think I was going to be evangelizing on the metro. I mean, I've ridden the metro many times in many cities, but there I was talking to people about Fatima on the metro, taking it everywhere, taking it to the streets.